In today's video, we're going to take a look at the ARRMA Mojave Grom BLX version. This is the highly upgraded version of the Mojave Grom. So let's dive in. We'll take a look at everything. We're going to go out, we'll bash it on 2S and 3S, and I'll tell you guys what I think when we're done. Right, so first, we'll go ahead and look at the truck. I got the very cool neon color version. This is a very, very nicely done, very beautiful body. I'm a big fan of this. You can see the driver figures and everything inside. There's two of them. It's like a hard plastic interior there. It looks very, very nice. The body is clipless, and it's actually a really cool system. You got these two buttons on the sides here. And check this out. You just push those in, and that body comes right off. No big deal. Come back to the chassis later. You can see this body is extremely well braced inside. It is super rigid. It is by far the most rigid Lexan body I have ever held in my hands. Without a doubt. This guy is ready for war, to be honest with you. All these plastic parts really stiffen it up, and man, all of this paint, by the way, that I'm noticing, the pink is a nice flat pink, but like this white is a pearl white, and there's some pearl here in this blue too. This is an absolutely gorgeous body. All right, so quickly looking at the chassis here, we've got these cool little purple wheels with these D-Boots off-road tires on here. They feel relatively firm. They're certainly not a soft tire, but they feel like they're pretty sticky, so those are fine. Your battery's gonna go over here. It comes with a 2S 1400 milliamp battery, which I will show you guys. I took it out, but there it is. I have a 3S battery pack that I'll be throwing in there for some extreme bashing. Your motor's right here, your ESC's over here, there's a little power button. You get this sticker that you probably don't really care about, but it's got probably some kind of warning or something. It says, before you bash. It's a four-wheel drive chassis. Everything looks like it's buttoned up in here really nice. All of the plastic looks good, nicely molded. Very strong feeling little chassis. This bumper here has a lot of flex to it. That's going to be useful because I'm sure I will crash into things. So getting up close here for a second, we have threaded aluminum oil-filled shocks all around. They feel very nice, and you get that threaded collar, which is cool in case you want to adjust your preload. Another cool thing is that these shocks have this little guard at the bottom. I thought that that was a really nice touch for such a basher-centric style little car here. Front and rear sealed metal gear differentials. So there's oil in there, and you should be able to change that to set your differentials however you like. So that's pretty cool. I think that that's way above and beyond for something of this scale and price tag. So I think that's pretty neat. Another really cool touch on these that I noticed is that you get these red aluminum turnbuckles here. These are very cool looking and a nice touch for a basher. They definitely didn't have to add something like that because usually with bashers we're not really adjusting things like toe, but now you know you can, which is pretty cool. Just noticing this, but it also comes with these awesome red wheel hexes here too. You get these red aluminum wheel hexes there. This really is like just an upgraded premium feeling basher experience. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the chassis. I do like this little foam blocky gate here though. You could run a larger battery if you wanted to, and that's just really neat. Everything feels very stiff, very rigid, very nice. Let me show you what else we get in the box. You're going to get a bag like this with a manual in it, and it's also going to have all of your accessories in here. But I just wanted to have the manual by itself so you can see. This will have pretty much everything you need to know, exploded views, things like that, how to fix, how to set up. You get this awesome tool. I had to separate this out from the tool bag just because of how nice it is. So on this side, you get what I'm guessing is the most common hex size, and on this side, you get a, looks like a wheel nut wrench kind of thing. So very nice handle, definitely above and beyond what I expect for a ready to run, especially at this price point. There is also another Allen key included. I'm guessing that this fits everything that the other one does not. 4 AA batteries for your transmitter, and then you get the Spectrum USB charger. Yeah, I probably won't be using this, but for somebody who is new to the hobby and needs to get their battery charged, this will be perfect. Here is the transmitter you get. This is the Spectrum SLT2 that we've been seeing a lot lately with Horizon Hobby ready to runs, except for this one has the orange button, which means that it has the stability control. But real quick here, you have your steering rate, you have your steering trim. Back here, you have your throttle, so you can do 50%, 75%, and 100% throttle there. And then right here, you have your steering reversing. So if you want your steering to be reversed, then you can flip that switch. All right, we're gonna get a quick speed run on 3S, because why not? Definitely more than enough power on 3S, guys. So I wound up bringing the Grom with me to the track. I've actually been driving this thing around a lot this weekend, and I've really been enjoying it. So after racing, I was able to take it to the outdoor track and get a couple laps in. We still had enough sun for that. And it was a good time, but it was also, I kind of like learned a few things about the Mojave Grom BLX, and one of those things is that it would probably benefit pretty greatly from a heavier spring and some heavier shock oil, especially if you're going to be, jumping it kind of big. That chassis just likes to slap, and that causes a little bit of instability when you land. And so a little bit heavier spring and shock oil would definitely help with that. Otherwise, though, on the track out here, I've never actually driven on this outdoor track, so forgive my flow if it's not quite on point. But yeah, it handles it well, and honestly, with some suspension setup and a little bit of tire, I honestly think it would be like really, really good out here to tear this track up. So the Grom has actually come with me just about everywhere this weekend. I've run, this is the 11th pack that I've put through the Mojave Grom BLX, and it's been a really, really good time. I just can't stop driving it. I wanna whip it out just wherever and however, because it's just such a fun time. Definitely a big fan of this. Definitely, probably one of my favorite bashers I've played with in quite a long time. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. All right, so it's time for the final word here on the Mojave Grom BLX. Overall, this is an excellent little basher. I'm still blown away by how good this body is, just how well accessorized this thing comes for how much money you spend. I think it is an excellent deal, a very good value. So it's definitely ticking the box there. On 2S, it's a lot of fun. I think anybody would have fun with it on 2S. But 3S is where this thing really wakes up and starts to shine. It starts to show you what it's all about for sure. So on 3S power, this thing is capable of 50 miles an hour, and it's getting every bit of that. I don't have the GPS to confirm that top speed, but I've seen other YouTubers do it, and so it's definitely hitting 50, and it handles it like a 10th scale truck would, or something bigger. It handles it perfectly fine, and that is due in part to the stability management that you get built in with the Mojave Grom here. So I left that at the factory setting. I don't know which strength it was at from the factory, but I just turned it on and went. You can adjust it, you can turn it down, you can turn it up if you need to, but I didn't really feel a need to. It wasn't interfering, and I really didn't feel like I needed any more stability to help me out. It doesn't do so well in tall or super thick grass, though. It didn't really get stuck, but it just wasn't a lot of fun. You definitely felt bogged down and not very great. So the first spot was a bust, but second spot with the gravel and the hard-packed dirt, the Mojave Grom was perfectly at home. That is where I would suggest that you run it. A skate park would probably be a whole lot of fun with this thing. An actual dirt track would be a whole lot of fun with this thing. Places with like nice manicured jumps and stuff like that with landings, the Mojave Grom is really going to shine. Where I was at with my kind of janky wooden jump and my hard landing on like just natural land, that worked out okay. But you guys saw the footage. There's definitely a lot of flipping over going on there. That could probably be tuned out in the suspension, but at the same time, we do have to remember that this is a small-scale, short-course truck. It's not a monster truck, and it's not 10th scale, so we're not going to get that kind of like landing ability no matter what we really do with it. Anyway, you guys, overall, this one is getting a thumbs up for me. It's an excellent little car. I think it's super fun, and it was fun to get out there and do some bashing instead of, everything else we do in crawling, racing, everything like that. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think of the Mojave Grom BLX down in the comments below. Give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm making RC videos like this every week, and it's always a good time around here. And yeah, with that being said, I'm going to go drive this some more, and we'll see you next time.